the silent killer of the jungle. The village's mysterious problem. The village was called Sayapur, nestled on the edge of a dense jungle. The villagers lived simple lives, but for the past few months, they had been plagued by a strange problem. Every week, one person from the village would enter the jungle and never return. Some believed they got lost in the forest, while others thought they were eaten by a wild beast. The elders of the village claimed that a silent killer lurked in the jungle, sparing no one who dared to enter. The villagers were terrified, and no one had the courage to venture into the jungle anymore. However, a young boy named Ahmed, who was brave and curious, decided to uncover the mystery. Ahmed believed there was more to the story than just a wild animal. Ahmed's preparation. Ahmed enlisted the help of his friend, Umar, who was equally brave and adventurous. Together, they prepared to enter the jungle. They packed food, water, a knife, and an old rifle that had belonged to Ahmed's grandfather. The villagers tried to stop them, but Ahmed said, "We must uncover this mystery, or this cycle will never end." One morning, as the first rays of the sun appeared, Ahmed and Umar set off toward the jungle. Standing at the edge of the forest, Ahmed said, "We must be careful. This jungle will test us in every way possible." Entering the jungle. As they stepped into the jungle, they were greeted by an eerie silence. A gentle breeze rustled through the trees, and the chirping of birds could be heard in the distance. But as they ventured deeper, the silence grew heavier. The trees were dense, their branches intertwined, and the grass was tall. After walking for a while, they found an old shoe and a tattered hat. Ahmed said, "These might belong to one of the missing people. We should follow this trail." Bloodstains. A little further ahead, they noticed bloodstains on the ground. Umar said, "This blood looks fresh. Are we in a predator's territory?" Ahmed replied, "Yes, it seems like there's a lion here. But we must not lose courage. We need to solve this mystery." Following the bloodstains, they reached a cave. From inside the cave, a terrifying roar echoed. Ahmed said, "That's the sound of a lion. But we need to see if this is really the creature responsible for the disappearances." The secret of the cave. Ahmed and Umar decided to enter the cave. Inside, it was pitch dark, and bones were scattered everywhere. Finally, they reached a large chamber where a massive lion was sleeping. But beside the lion was something unusual, an old piece of paper with writing on it. Ahmed picked up the paper and read, "This is no ordinary lion. It is a magical creature, created to guard a treasure. It only attacks those who seek to uncover its secrets." Ahmed realized that this was no ordinary beast but a magical.
The tale of the magical lion. Ahmed and Umar quietly left the cave and found a safe spot in the jungle to discuss their next steps. They read the paper again, which explained that the lion was a magical creature created centuries ago by a sorcerer to protect a treasure hidden in the jungle. However, after the sorcerer's death, the lion lost control and began attacking anyone who entered the jungle. The paper also mentioned that the lion could only be defeated by a special magical weapon hidden in an ancient temple on the other side of the jungle. The search for the temple. Ahmed and Umar decided to find the magical weapon and put an end to the lion's reign of terror. They began their journey to the other side of the jungle. Along the way, they faced numerous dangers, including venomous snakes, wild animals, and deep ravines. But they persevered and finally reached the ancient temple. As they entered the temple, they felt an eerie atmosphere. The walls were old, and magical symbols were carved everywhere. Eventually, they found a room with a glowing sword. Ahmed picked up the sword and felt a strange power emanating from it. The final battle with the lion. Ahmed and Umar returned to the lion's cave with the sword. As they approached, the lion noticed them and let out a terrifying roar before charging at them. Ahmed stood his ground, holding the sword firmly. A fierce battle ensued between Ahmed and the lion. The lion attacked multiple times, but Ahmed used the sword's power to fend it off. Finally, Ahmed plunged the sword into the lion's heart, and the creature let out a final, deafening roar before collapsing to the ground. Uncovering the treasure after the lion's death, a bright light emerged from the cave. Ahmad and Umar entered and discovered a hidden treasure. The treasure consisted of gold coins, precious gems, and ancient artifacts. Alongside the treasure was an old letter that read, "This treasure belongs only to those who demonstrate bravery and courage. Protected from falling into the wrong hands." Ahmad and Umar decided to share the treasure with the villagers to improve their lives. A new life for the village. Ahmad and Umar returned to the village with the treasure. The villagers welcomed them with open arms and praised their bravery. With the treasure, the village prospered, and everyone lived happily. But Ahmad knew the story didn't end there. He said, "Some mysteries are better left unsolved, for they hold great dangers. But with courage and honesty, any challenge can be overcome."